I forgot my own reflection, staring at you every day. Build my house on shaky ground, pray your storms would go away. Love turned into lifeline,
A Journey of Self-Understanding, Part 5. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? From what you see to what you hear. We've already talked about what you know, how you feel, how you see, and now we're stepping into another lane in this journey. Not everybody processes things through images like flashes or scenes. Some of y'all don't see it, you hear it. I'm not talking about them people on the outside of you. I'm talking about that internal hearing. When a sentence forms in your mind and that feels like a little structured, it's clear, it's direct, and it's not that usual back and forth thinking. With clear seeing, like I said, you get the pictures, but with clear hearing, you get language. It might be something that repeats while you're trying to decide on what you're going to do. It might even be a short statement that cuts through all of that yeah, 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 that white noise, It might be your name called internally when you need to pay attention to something. This lane moves through words. And just like the other ones, if you don't understand it, you're going to question it. You think it's anxiety. You're going to dismiss it because it sounds like you. How is it supposed to sound? Don't you know spirit uses your voice when they talk? But, the difference, because there's a difference between all of that mental chatter that goes all up in your head and internal direction. And that's what we're stepping into now. So this episode today is about clear hearing, which is called clairaudience or audient. Whatever which way floats your boat, and learning how to tell when it's noise in your head or if it's actual guidance. So let's go there. All right. So when it comes to clear hearing, also known as clairaudience, it isn't about outside sound. It's internal. It's words, it's phrases or full sentences that feel different from your regular mental programming. If this is your lane, you probably already experienced some times where a sentence forms in your mind and it doesn't feel like you built it piece by piece. It's structured, it's direct, it's clear. Real life looks like this. A phrase keeps repeating in your mind when you're trying to make a decision. You start weighing your options, and then a simple statement cuts through everything else. Not a long speech, not a debate, just one clear line. Or you hear your name called and nobody's there. Not in a way that feels unstable, just a clear internal call that grabs your attention. That's this lane. It comes through language. And if you don't understand it, you're going to question it. You're going to assume it's anxiety. Like I said before, you're going to dismiss it because it sounds like you. But how else would it sound? How else will it sound? Of course, it's going to use your voice. It's internal. The key is knowing the difference between mental chatter and internal direction. And that's what we're breaking down next. Welcome to Blended Healing. That's positive reinforcement. I tell you once and then I tell you again. I'm smart. Welcome and grand rising to all of you. Let's wake you up a little bit. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Wake up. We're in episode number 5. Wakey, wakey, rising in the shinings. It's time to wake up.
can't forget. A vinyl crackle in a modern set. You turn the night into a masterpiece. Every second's dripping honey sweet. Oh, let it ride, no rush, no end in sight. Baby, let the beat decide. We're eternal in this vibe. You're with me in this golden hour. Lose the weight, taste the power. Feel the world spin, but we don't move. Time slows down in the groove.
Are you awake? Are you awake? It's 11 a.m. on a Sunday. Are you awake? Let's wake you up. I don't think y'all are awake yet. Let me get your attention.
Yeah. Stop playing small. Stop hiding. Take the cap off. Let it breathe. What it is? 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 Take the cap off. Let it pop. Let it snap in. Holding all the fire. Had it tucked in the back. Take the cap off. Let it spill. Let it drop. You been silent too long. Let the pressure go pop. Take the cap off. No fear, no doubt. What's in you been loud? You just muted it out. Take the cap off. Whole room gonna shake. This your moment right
Sorry,
now.
I'm late.
Take the cap off. I've been biting my tongue, playing nice, staying cool. Tell myself how to shine, try to follow the rule. They say maybe next time, I say yeah like a fool. Whole line in my chest, but I stayed in the zoo. Trauma had me for the insecurity, train me. Fear kept the key, but the door couldn't cage me. They doubted, I nodded and doubted myself. Put my gifts on the shelf like I do it when I'm ready. But ready don't come when you scared to be seen. Perfection, a lot to keep killing the dream. So I'm ripping this heel, yeah, I'm breaking the lock. If it's messy, it's honest. Hey, take the cap off. Take the cap off. Cap off. Let it pop, let it snap in. Holding all this fire, had it tucked in the back. Take the cap off. Let it spill, let it drop. You been solid too long, let the pressure go pop. Take the cap off. No fear, no doubt. What's in you been loud, you just muted it out. Take the cap off. The whole room gonna shake. This your moment right now. Hey, take the cap off. Who told you you were too much? Who told you sit down, hush? Who made you question your voice?
Flawless, let's get to it. Let's make this conversation worth your time.
But I ain't with the be small. I'ma hold down storm front on top. I'm tired of whispering winds, tired of playing the edge. If I got something to say, I'ma say it with my chest. No cap, literally, no mask. This is me. If they laugh, let them choke on the globe. And believe you believe, shake it out, shake it loose. Rearrange yours, it's crack the top. Hear that sound, that's your power.
Into Chimaka Essentials, my happy place. Come on in with me. The smell of citrus and vanilla hit you right away. Hi, welcome to Chimaka Essentials.
Let it pop, let it snap, been holding all this fire, had it tucked in the back. Take the cap off, let it spill, let it drop. You been silent too long, let the pressure go pop. Take the cap off, no fear, no doubt. What's in you been loud, you just needed it out. Take the cap off, whole room gonna shake. This your moment right now. Hey, take the cap off.
You were like, oh Lord, blended. We awake. We're laying in the bed listening. What are you doing? I just wanted to make sure that you was awake. Now that I have got your attention, let's go to the first distortion. Did you hear that? This is a journey of self-understanding. Confusing anxiety with direction. People get all tripped up in clairaudience, clear hearing to be exact, because of the anxiety and the guidance that uses words. They show up either in your head like sentences, or they both sound like you, and it's going to sound like you because it is you. It's your voice. How else are they going to communicate with you, baby? I know that sounds a little wonky, but you know, third time's a charm. I know, but for real though, when you hear a voice in your head, it's usually your own voice. So if you don't know what you're listening for, you're going to mix them up and respond to the wrong thing. When you get real anxious and that anxiety kicks in telling you to keep going, what ends up happening is that it builds all different types of scenarios. It replays the conversations, it stacks the what ifs and what if that and what if this and what if that and all that on top of what if, until your body starts to react. And then it tries to convince you and keeps adding more and more and more and more and more to the story. It doesn't know when to leave it alone. This is what I know. Guidance will not do that to you. It says what it needs to say, and then that's it and that's all. There's no long explanations or debate or anything like that trying to make you do something against your timeline or your will. That's not guidance. That's reaction. That difference matters. And if you can't tell them apart, right, and you treat everything that you're worried about as instructions, what you end up doing is that you're going to end up throwing away useful direction because you assume it's just your nerves. You either going to move too fast or you're going to freeze up completely. That's distortion in this lane. Clairaudience becomes trustworthy when you start noticing the quality of what's happening in your head. When you're anxious, you're going to feel agitated, and then you're going to repeat in a way that builds, intensifies. Then your guidance feels composed, prim, and proper, and all of that. And it doesn't have to repeat itself 10 times to get your attention. It makes the point and moves on. And once you recognize that distinction, you're going to stop reacting to every thought as if it was the authority. And you start separating what escalates you from what is simply is going to give you the information. And that changes how you move. You're no longer being pulled around by every sentence that pops up. Good Lord. You begin choosing your responses instead of being driven by it. And that's when this lane holds you down. The second distortion is dismissing it because it sounds like you for the 15th millionth time. Here's something that you may not consider. A lot of people expect the guidance that you get to sound all mystical and all of that, you know? Like smoke is going to come out of the air and all that kind of jazz. It's not like that. You know, not at all. And some people believe that it comes with a different voice. Something so grand like the powerful Wizard of Oz. Come on, son. When something moves through your mind, it's going to use your voice, and that's a channel it has. I know, I get it. And it feels strange at first because it sounds like you, and then you assume it's just your regular thinking, and you brush it off and you say, that's just me talking to myself. But you have to pay attention because a regular thinking jumps around, it questions, it adds commentary, it keeps building onto itself, and it fills space. Guidance doesn't move like that. It forms a sentence. It makes the point. And that difference is important. The distortion happens when you assume that's just me and dismiss it. And yes, it is you. It's moving through your mind. And there's a difference between ordinary thought and something that comes through with purpose. If you throw away every sentence because it sounds like your voice, then you're going to end up shutting down useful information, and you're going to keep going, and you're going to keep waiting for it to sound magical instead of recognizing it in the form it actually is. Clairaudience communicates in a way that you can receive. And once you understand that, you're going to stop looking for something unfamiliar and start paying attention to what's already there. I'm not keeping you long today. You know these sessions are quick hits, and I ain't keeping you long. We're going to roll right through this. We're going to get our little old assignment for tomorrow. And we're going to keep it pushing and enjoy our day. Or if you're up here where I am, you're running around going, I got to get the bread and milk. Got to get the milk and bread. Got to get the milk and bread. Got to get the milk and bread. Because we're about to get that nor'easter up here, dumping all types of crazy. But anyway, we ain't here for the weather report. I ain't getting weather report money. You know what I mean? I'm not getting that money on. We here because I need you to know. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? The third distortion is letting it run your life, because this is the flip side of dismissing. You're giving too much control away. People will swing all the way to the other side. They'll go from the left, and then they'll go to the right, and straight across. First, you're going to doubt everything that you hear in your head, and then you're going to decide every word that pops up must be some type of a direction. That's just as unbalanced, because you hear something repeating like, whoop, wanna, whoop, wanna. You know what I'm saying? Keeps repeating. Doesn't mean that you have to move immediately. Repetition does not equal authority. When you give it too much power, you stop using your discernment. Now, every phrase feels like the law. You start making moves based on whatever thought screams the loudest and starts jumping up and down in that moment. That creates instability. Clairaudience works best when you give it space and time. You look at the outcomes. You notice what proved accurate and what didn't. You pay attention to the patterns over weeks or maybe even months instead of reacting in minutes. And you have to learn. You have to learn that this balance is in this lane, because that's what you have to choose when you compare it with reality. Not dismissing everything or obeying everything. You just have to listen and think about the pros and the cons, and then you decide. And when you handle it like that, it's going to support you instead of steering you. And that's the difference. So in closing, clear hearing or clairaudience is not being special. It's learning how to process your information. Some of y'all will receive it through the words and through phrases, and some through direct statements that is already in your mind without you trying to put together like a puzzle piece. If you don't understand it, then you either ignore it or you let it run you. And this lane is all about balance. You're not put in a position to dismiss everything because it sounds like you. Like I said 10 million gazillions, 1,000 million times. Who else is it supposed to sound like if it's coming through your mind? And at the same time, don't keep treating repeated thoughts like it owns you. Not every word deserves your movement. Clairaudience becomes powerful when you know the difference between anxiety and guidance. Start paying attention to the substance. when you stop looking for something mystical and start recognizing how communication actually moves through you, you listen. You weigh the pros and the cons, and then you decide. That's the strength in this lane. You're learning how your mind receives information, and once you understand that, you stop questioning yourself every time a sentence starts forming. You stop freezing, and you stop rushing, and you move with intention. That's clear hearing. That's clairaudience. Ashe? That's it. That's all. I'm done. I'm about to give you your homework assignment, and then we're going to roll up out of here after I share a few things, though. But you have access and be free to roam around the cabin. Let me go get your assignment, and I shall be right back after these messages.
That kiss you into place. This ain't a trend, it's ancient flow. She don't heal you, she helps you grow. She breathe in moonlight, exhale the pain, yin and yang dance.
We're in the shop today. This is Holistic Royalty by Kels. We specialize in herbalism, yoga, and nutritional planning. Hi there, how are you?
I'm great, thank you.
Here's a little info. Come by for a tea sample. All right, welcome to the grand opening, y'all. This is our tea ball. Everything is blended right here in house. I poured a little rose and hibiscus for you to start with.
Smells amazing in here.
And over here are the tea.
Root chakra, sturdy crown chakra, woo woo. Stretching it out on a Sunday flow. Tea in her hand, got that inward glow. Don't talk much, but the plants do. Her presence feel like a breakthrough. From your gut to your grief, she knows. Queen of the green, let the healing unfold. She rooted in the rhythm.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention to the screen? This is your assignment for Monday. For Monday, day number 5. Accuracy check. Go back to something that you felt earlier in the week. Did it play out the way that you sensed it would? No drama, just facts. Track what was accurate. Again, this is an accuracy check. Go back to something that you felt earlier in the week. Did it play out the way that you sensed it would? No drama, just facts. Track what was accurate. Ashe? All right. Listen, I gotta go. I gotta go, but I'm gonna share something before I go. Because I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about money. Yeah. But anyway, I just like to tootle around and do what I do. And because of Alicia Dion, I'm able to stretch my mind and create and just do a whole lot of stuff like that, which I enjoy to do. And I love to share it with you, if you don't mind. But it's my channel, so I can do what I want. I do what I want. Remember from the last journey, I don't care. No, I'm only kidding. All right, I do care because I'm an artist. And without further ado, let me get rid of this. The assignment off the screen. Let me go do some magic for y'all. And may I have your attention to the screen.
Fougère. Feel the pulse release your fear. And breath of reflection. Every step a choice. Welcome to your frequency of the soul.
elevate, soak in the air, we resonate. Every heartbeat, synchronized frequency of the soul. So work it, I wish Shawty on. Tear on the table, I watch the cards speak.
I step into the studio, I bring every part of me. Producer, poet, songwriter, one heartbeat. Beats tell me where the story sits. I sculpt verses like I'm braiding my loc, strand by strand. Moonlight pours over broken glass, still it dances. I let the melody hold the pain while the words paint the healing.
As a natural healer, I believe every ritual begins with the earth. Fresh herbs, flowers, and oils are some of my favorite allies. The smoke you see here clears the space and our own energy, making room for the practice ahead. Yoga connects us to breath.
Yeah. Built from the bottom with a notebook vision. Live in the lab like I'm cooking new wisdom. Every scar's a bar, every loss is a lesson. So I lace up the rhyme with a little confession. Stage light bright, but my roots stay grounded. In the world so loud, let the truth stay sounded. People in the crowd, hands high, feeling blessed in the beat in my chest.
Lifts me, clarity I find. Herbs and intention, energy align. Manifesting the future while I free my mind. Frequency rise and we step in our power. Gentle but mighty, this is the hour.
Sunrise is an invitation, a blank page, and the pen is in your hand. You don't have to wait for perfect, you just have to start.
Fear is loud, but purpose is louder. Listen to the pulse that's been waiting underneath the noise. I am the echo of my grandmother's prayers, the thunder in my own.
Air is thick with sage and possibility. Every card I turn is a conversation with spirit. On my podcast, we get real about healing. No sugarcoating, just truth and love. And as the mother of the COC movement, I get to watch.
The goddess of love. The goddess of love. The goddess of love.
I'm a nature photographer, a spiritualist, and an oracle card reader. Out here, every beam of light, every bend in the path becomes a message. The land shares its wisdom if you know how to listen. Today it spoke of growth, steady, patient.
Building a homestead taught me to care for the land. Founding HCCA taught me to care for the people. Every day, we work for justice, for neighbors, for change. Sometimes that means rolling up our sleeves in the garden. Sometimes it means speaking up at council.
Take a deep breath in and let it go with the sound of the water. Let your shoulders drop. Feel the ground holding you. When I'm not leading sessions, I'm studying how sound shapes calm and focus. The research keeps me curious.
Real talk, no fluff. Step in the light. Integration is power, transformation is might. Move.
Yeah, I mix sage with the pain, prayers with the grind. Trauma in my DNA, but I still realign. Roots in the dirt, spirit in the ceiling. This ain't just therapy, this that blended healing. Concrete rose, yeah, I bloom through the feeling. Tapped in the truth in these healing realms. Stitching my soul in the blended healing realms. Bless them. From the stoop to the shrine, I've been earning my life. Didn't pray for a savior, had to learn how to fight. Burning sage like incense, but my spirit don't fold. Still got pain in my pocket and this mic I hold. I ain't soft, I'm sacred, that's strength in disguise. Eye to eye with my demons, I ain't blinking this time. Broke every curse that was signed in my blood. Now I dance in the storm, make a waltz out the mud. Meditating in chaos, peace in the noise. Built a temple from trauma, turn my cries into voice. Crystals in my hoodie, cards in my palm. Yeah, I tear it through the trenches and I'm psalm through the psalms. Word.
Whispers in the wind say keep going. My past ain't changed, it's gold, I'm growing. Every wound is a prayer in disguise. I bleed truth and I rise.
I mix sage with the pain, prayers with the grind. Still drama in my DNA, but I still realign. Every roots in the dirt, spirit in the ceiling. This ain't just therapy, this that blended healing. Concrete rose, yeah, I bloom through the feeling. Tapped in the truth in these healing realms. Stitching my soul in the blended healing realms.